Welcome, freaks. Shelby is a witch and a supreme, and I'm going to prove it to you in this video. Please know, though, that this is only a theory. I love jumping off the crazy American Horror Story diving board and into the cesspool that we call theories. It's mostly for fun, so don't take it so seriously. And please don't watch if you do not want to be spoiled on this season of American Horror Story. As I stated in my prior theory video, and if you haven't watched it yet, just click here and you can watch it. I sincerely believe Shelby is a witch. And when I formed my theory, I honestly did not think that she is the Supreme. However, after I saw episode 7, I fully believe Shelby is a Supreme. So let's revisit the 7 wonders and those that Shelby has actually demonstrated. I will give my thoughts as to Shelby's storyline and how it all connects to her being the Supreme. And lastly, I'll tell you why I think that she will possibly be the lone survivor. Now let's start by reviewing the 7 wonders and those that Shelby has demonstrated. And thank you so much to everybody that commented in my previous video regarding the subject. We have pyrokinesis, number 1, the ability to bird things with your mind. Now go with me on this one. Shelby demonstrated this wonder when she burned Mason. And this is the only one that actually goes out on a limb, so just stay with me on it. Yes, I do believe that Shelby is the one that killed Mason. I honestly can't think of a reason why she would do it. So there had to have been something that transpired between the two that we were not aware of. So maybe Shelby won't tell us, and Mason can't tell us. So perhaps maybe Shelby hit on Mason. It went wrong, and Mason threatened to tell. Sorry, there was a bug right here. And Mason threatened to tell Matt, and this created an emotion in Shelby. She got so scared and fearful that it caused her power that she cannot harness to flare up and to accidentally burn and kill Mason. So I do believe that Shelby is the one that killed him, but by accident. And she just doesn't strike me as the vicious type of person. Well, I mean, at least until I saw her murder Matt. Also, Mason was burned similar to the way that the witches were burned in Coven, which is kind of, coincidence, sort of. So number 2, Descensium, and that's to move your mind into an alternate realm, such as like your own personal hell. Now, Shelby has not demonstrated this wonder yet. There has not been a repeated event aside from Shelby getting lost in the woods and screaming, "Matt!" and the actual show itself, which, if you think about it, at one point before Matt was murdered, it was just Shelby, Matt, and Lee, the real people, and their 3 actors. So is it possible that the show itself is repeating? We have My Roanoke Nightmare and then 3 Days in Roanoke. Is it possible that this is Descensium for Shelby? It's a stretch. That's why I said she has not demonstrated this yet, but I just wanted to make note of it, though. Number 3 is the Vitalium Vitals, which is bringing the dead or severely injured back to life. Now, this does require a witch to give part of her life force. Misty is not affected by this. She has the rare gift of resurgence, where she can actually resurrect someone without suffering the full effects of the consequences. Shelby did this when she brought Matt out of his coma. And number 4 is divination. That's the ability to see the future. Shelby predicted danger in the farmhouse. 5 is transmutation. And that is the ability to move at will, so to speak. Shelby has not demonstrated this wonder yet. Number 6 is Concilium, and that is controlling other people's minds and their actions Shelby did keep Mason calm and kept him from calling the police after Lee took Flora. And then all of a sudden Flora goes missing. So she has been remarkably the one to keep Mason from jumping off the deep edge, as any parent would when their child goes missing. Number 7 and final is telekinesis. That's controlling objects with your mind. Shelby showed us this when she stopped Lee's car from hitting her. I guess most importantly, what we need to remember about the Supreme is the Supreme has overall radiant health. In episode 7, Agnes sliced into Shelby's, her lower, her left side, her shoulder blade, and Shelby healed from that sucker pretty damn quickly. She easily got Scathach off of Matt and killed him with that bum shoulder. Let's say in an estimate time frame from when she first got hit to when she killed Matt, let's guesstimate that's 10 hours. She healed pretty quickly for somebody who just had a sheet wrapped around her chest and this part of her shoulder. No stitches, no antibiotics, only some ibuprofen and a sheet. You can't convince me, people, in the comments that Shelby was able to demonstrate all of these physical capabilities beyond her earthly control right now in episode 7, just by that sheet and no stitching. Shelby didn't even flinch when Dominic was consoling her in the bathroom after she killed Matt. Didn't flinch from it. Didn't flinch when she held that crowbar up above her head and struck down to kill Matt. Didn't flinch from it. And let me tell you something, people, she bled horribly from the first initial cut. So some of you ask, though, if Shelby is a witch, why didn't she defend herself when Agnes came to her in the first place and cut her? My answer would be is that Shelby is still under the impression that Sidney and his crew are still watching them through the cameras. She can't take a chance and demonstrate her power for all of the cameras to catch and for Sidney to catch. Then it's just going to open Sidney up to digging in on her when his original intention is to dig on Lee. Shelby basically prides this whole season off of being vulnerable, defenseless, pathetic, and that's usually the one who's behind it all and who's hiding stuff from us. So you guys have to absolutely admit, again, Shelby demonstrated physical abilities that are beyond her capability at this point with an injury. So let's just disprove 2 theories very quickly before we move on. Number 1 is that I am positive there is more than one coven in this world. Therefore, there is more than one Supreme. Scathach is the original OG, the first one. However, that doesn't mean that there can't be another Supreme. Even viewer Florence and the Meccan wrote in the comment section in one comment, what if she is actually a Supreme but from another coven? It's hard to imagine that Cordelia's coven is the only one, which I completely agree with. Number 2 is the time frame. Guys, the real incidents with Shelby, Matt, and Lee transpired in September of 2014, right at the end of the month. We know this because of the security film footage that Matt showed Shelby in one of the previous episodes. That means that Sidney and his crew filmed the show and aired it in 2015. Then they went back to Roanoke the following year, making the current events of would be presently 2016. Actually, it was almost like right now. So the show is taking place in our present time, 2 to 3 years after Coven ends. We are actually giving some time room in Coven in case it actually ended in 2014. So the witches were coming out of the woodwork at the end of Coven. Possibly Shelby might have watched Cordelia's broadcast, but she didn't go to the school because at that point she was already married to Matt. Maybe she didn't really believe she was a witch at that point, or she didn't want to leave Matt to find out. Another reason is maybe she was already in Roanoke when the broadcast came out, so she had no idea that there were other people such as her out there. All right. Now, as of the end of episode 7, I've pieced together a story that goes like this. Shelby is born a witch. She doesn't know that she is a witch, but it has affected her entire life in every aspect. She doesn't have a coven, and she never went to Miss Robichaux's academy. So Shelby has no idea what a Supreme is. And however, though, she is demonstrating the seven wonders. She's alone in the world. She meets a man of her dreams, and I say she's alone because she can't let anybody close to her because these odd things are happening to her when her emotions flare. Sort of like what happens to witches. She then meets Matt, the man of her dreams, marries him, and loses their baby after a brutal attack. And very quickly, on a side note, many of you have asked, why didn't Shelby defend Matt right after he was attacked? And my answer to that would be, she was too shocked and concerned about Matt in order to exact revenge at that very moment. I mean, it's easy for us to say what we would do, but, you know, that's not what happened, and it's easy for us to say that, not be in that situation. Anyway, moving on. They move to the farmhouse. They're attacked by the ghosts. They make it out alive, and they unfortunately split up, and it causes severe damage to their marriage. To Shelby's credit, it does seem like she really wanted to come back to the house and reconcile with Matt. I didn't believe her at first, but I've come to realize that if some stupid crap split up myself and my husband, I would do anything to get him back. And that does include going to a haunted house with a blood moon, which I'm convinced that Shelby felt Matt's love for her slip away after they escaped from the house the first time. Possibly she knew why, doesn't really matter. At this point, it's driving her crazy. So she has the affair with Dominic, thinking that it's gonna make Matt jealous and bring him back to her. Unexplained occurrences in her life, no family to speak of, so much loneliness, and Shelby holds on to this hope that she's gonna get back together with Matt. Then it all crashes when Matt tells her that he is in love with Scathach. Therefore, Shelby's witch instincts come to this heightened level of emotion, just like it did with Mason, and she murders him. Now, afterwards, she's going to mourn what she did, and she's obviously going to realize now what she has become. And I believe in episode 8, Shelby is going to merge as someone different. Maybe we won't see her full transformation in episode 8, but I think that by the end of the season, she will emerge as the lone survivor, and no longer will she be, as Audrey describes, fiery and pathetic. She's going to do anything that it takes to survive the night of the blood moon. And this is going to be Lily Rab's season to emerge as the lead with a powerful secret, which was basically in front of us the whole entire time. Now, I do predict in episode 8 and 9, Shelby's going to demonstrate the last two wonders that she has not yet, which is, again, Descensium and Transmutation. As well as we will get confirmation that she was the one that burned Mason. And she's going to emerge as the Supreme in episode 10. My predictions as what is going to happen to Audrey, Lee, Dominic, and Monet, and the nurses and all that stuff, I will upload this weekend in a separate video. Now, I think this season is going to basically pull a whole Lord of the Flies storyline with Shelby. She starts off as a naive, gentle lady who morphs into a modern-day Scathach in order to survive the 2 blood moons. I mean, obviously, she's not, you know, going full sexy Scathach here, but her struggle kind of reminds me similar to that of Scathach. It's showing us what she's going to become in order to live sort of like Scathach and the kids from the Lord of the Flies. So, in a side note, real quick guys, I don't think that Shelby is Misty Day or related to her. There is a necklace around her neck that has the charm on it with the letter L, and perhaps that stands for Langdon. I don't know, but Shelby is not related to Misty Day. And unfortunately, we don't know Shelby's maiden name. So I just wanted to make sure that that was clear. However, her powers have been clearly demonstrated throughout the season. Now, to further prove my point, Scathach didn't attack Shelby when she interrupted their dirty romp in the basement. And she didn't retaliate against Shelby when Shelby killed Matt. You would think that would have made her so mad to a point where she would have killed her. And in fact, it seemed as if Scathach was like afraid of Shelby. She kind of like scampered away when Shelby hit her with the crowbar. Why did she do that? If she's the original OG Supreme, why is she afraid of Shelby? Now, in the first episode of American Horror Story Roanoke, after Shelby hits Thomasin with her car at the end of the episode, she follows her into the woods, and we get a scene where Shelby stares into the face like with a deer. Now, in Native American lore, deers are significant. They represent power and are totems of sensitivity, intuition, and gentleness. And I think it's pretty funny that the deers are also considered messengers because it seemed like he was delivering a message to Shelby. In that scene where Shelby stares at the deer, it seems as if something deeper is going on there in that scene. And when you consider what the deer represents, it makes you think the deer actually represents Shelby herself. She's sensitive with intuition and she's gentle. So much symbolism, you know, in this season. It's so hard to interpret everything. But I do think that that was symbolic with Scathach and with that deer. So, moving on. I hear from you guys, and you do think that Scathach is going to have the ability to bring Matt back to life. I just want you to know that I sincerely doubt this. You know, because without a head, it's kind of pointless to bring him back. I mean, unless she's hungry for like some pulverized Matt burger, I sincerely doubt Matt is going to come back alive this season unless it's just his ghost. So what do you guys think of my long drawn out theory? Put it into the comments below for me. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I will be putting more out there. I'm gonna have scary videos for Halloween coming your way. And don't forget guys, it's Devil's Night on Burnt Toast on Sunday night. All you need to do to join is have a Google Hangouts account, and that day only, on Sunday during Devil's Night, Maisie is going to accept your invitation to join Devil's Night. So don't forget about that. Go to Burnt Toast and subscribe so that way you guys can join and have fun that night. And basically guys, that's it. Goodbye freaks, and thanks for watching another one of Mother Supreme's crazy theory videos.